Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're heading somewhere truly special. Imagine a place just bursting with color, ancient rhythms everywhere, streets telling stories of, well, resilience and sheer joy.
Sound amazing.
It is. We're talking about Salvador de Bahia. You might have heard it called the African soul of Brazil.
That's a perfect description. It's this incredible cultural mosaic. And today, we want to unpack how Salvador got to be this way.
Right. Explore those deep historical roots.
And how African traditions didn't just survive the horrors of history, but actually profoundly shaped its music, its dance, religion, even the food. It's really spectacular.
Absolutely. And maybe you know about Carnival, maybe Capoeira rings a bell, but we want to go a bit deeper. By the end of this, you'll hopefully see how it all connects: the history, the culture. We promise some surprising facts, maybe a few aha moments.
Yeah, to really get why Salvador is, well, more than just a city. It's this powerful symbol, really.
Okay, so where do we start? The beginning seems logical.
Definitely. To get Salvador, you have to go way back. It was founded in 1549, pretty early on.
Brazil's first colonial capital, wasn't it?
That's right, the first capital. But there's a darker side almost immediately. Within 10 years, by 1558, it also became the very first slave market in the New World.
Wow. That's quite a contrast. The seat of colonial power and the main entry point for enslaved people.
Exactly. And this is key. More enslaved Africans were brought to Brazil than anywhere else in the Americas. A huge number came through Salvador.
So that meant?
It meant Salvador ended up with the largest concentration of people of African descent outside of Africa itself.
Which, paradoxically, despite the unbelievable cruelty of it all.
Precisely. It led to this extraordinary preservation of African cultures, traditions, languages, religious practices. They survived because of this concentration.
So it wasn't just survival, it was like a fusion happening under intense pressure. European, African, indigenous cultures all mixing.
A real synthesis, yeah. And it shows how culture can be incredibly resilient, transforming even the most painful history into something, well, vibrant. It laid the groundwork for everything we see today.
And right at the heart of that vibrant culture, you could say its spiritual core, is candomblé.
Absolutely. Candomblé is central.
It's so fascinating. It's not just some ancient relic, is it? It feels very alive.
Yeah.
Developed mostly in 19th century Bahia, right?
That's right. It emerged from this blending, the syncretism of West and Central African religions, Yoruba, Bantu, Gribe peoples, mixed with, interestingly, Roman Catholicism.
That fusion is really visible. Tell us about the Orixas.
The Orixas. They are the core deities or spirits. You have figures like Oxala, who's seen as the chief, the creator.
Okay.
Then there's Yango, linked to thunder and lightning, very powerful. And Oxum, she represents love, beauty, fresh waters.
And each one has specific things associated with them.
Exactly. Colors, foods, animals, even minerals. And crucially, they believe your main Orixa influences your personality. It's called Dono da Cabeça.
Owner of your head, like a spiritual blueprint.
Kind of, yeah. It gives people a really deep personal connection and sense of identity.
And that syncretism we mentioned, you see Orixas paired with Catholic saints, right? Like Omalu and St. Lazarus.
Yes, that's very common. Omalu with St. Lazarus, Oxala often linked to our Lord of Bonfim, a major figure in Salvador. Though it's worth noting there's also a movement towards re-Africanization.
To separate them more clearly.
To emphasize the distinct African roots, yeah. But many people still embrace the syncretic connections. It's complex.
Where does the practice happen?
Mostly in terreiros. These are autonomous houses of worship. But they're more than just temples, they're real community centers.
And inside the terreiros, that's where the main rituals unfold. The drumming, singing.
That's where the energy really builds. Drumming, singing, dancing, it's all designed to invite an Orixa to possess one of the initiates.
So this.
The person possessed is called a cavallo, a horse. The belief is the Orixa rides them, and the person has no conscious control while possessed.
That sounds incredibly intense, a very direct spiritual experience.
It really is, and the underlying concept is axe. Think of it as the vital force, the spiritual energy of the universe.
Okay.
Axe can be concentrated in things like blood in sacrifices, and it's maintained and increased through these rituals through offerings called ibos.
Which can include animal sacrifice, the matanzas.
Yes, that's part of it. Rooted in West African tradition. It's seen as vital for feeding the axe, for strengthening the community and the spirits.
Beyond the specific rituals, how does candomblé shape Salvador's social life? We read it offers empowerment and is quite accepting, particularly around gender and sexuality.
That's a really important point. Historically, Candomblé was a refuge. For enslaved people, for marginalized communities, it provided identity, status, belonging when the outside world denied it.
Sanctuary.
Exactly. And that spirit of acceptance continues. It's known for being a relatively welcoming space for LGBTQ+ individuals, for example. It fosters this strong sense of community and empowerment.
That resilience, that spiritual strength, it seems to connect directly to another powerful cultural form from Salvador, capoeira.
Oh, absolutely. The connection is deep.
It looks like a dance, but it's a martial art, isn't it? Born right there in Salvador.
Developed by enslaved Africans, yes.
Yeah.
And the genius of it is that mixed dance, acrobatics, music. It wasn't just expressive.
It was camouflage.
Precisely. It disguised its combat purpose. It was a tool for resistance, for self-defense, practiced under the watchful eyes of oppressors. It's an amazing example of turning survival into art.
Incredible ingenuity. And it was actually illegal for a long time after slavery ended in 1888.
It was, yeah, driven underground. Until Mestre Bimba, a legendary figure, opened the first official capoeira academy in Bahia in 1932. That was huge for legitimizing it.
A real turning point.
It definitely. And when you see it play today, it's usually in the roda.
It's a circle.
Yeah, the circle of people. They clap, sing, play instruments like the marimba. The roda itself is symbolic. It represents community, cooperation. Everyone contributes to the energy.
That rhythm, that energy, it just explodes during Salvador's carnival, doesn't it? You can't talk Salvador without mentioning carnival.
Not a chance. Salvador's carnival is legendary. It's genuinely one of the biggest street parties on earth and one of the oldest.
The scale is hard to imagine. How many people?
Estimates are around 2.5 million people hit the streets each year. About 1.5 million of those are tourists. The economic impact for the city is just enormous.
The sound, it's dominated by the trio eléctrico, right?
Oh, the trio eléctrico is king.
Yeah.
These massive sound trucks, basically mobile stages with bands playing live on top. They crawl through the streets and the crowd follows.
Invented by Dodo and Osmar back in 1950.
That's the story, yeah. Two musicians who wanted to amplify their electric instruments for carnival. Then Caetano Veloso wrote that famous song, Atrás do Trio Elétrico, behind the Trio Elétrico in '69. And it just cemented their place in legend.
And Bahian musicians really used carnival to launch themselves, didn't they?
They absolutely did. Think of Daniela Mercury in the early 90s. Her song, O Canto da Cidade, was massive. It blended samba with reggae, samba reggae, a key Bahian sound.
I remember that.
She broke records, got a national TV special, a first for a Bahian artist focused on carnival music. It really turned Salvador's carnival into this, global talent incubator. It smashed barriers.
You could almost feel the beat just talking about it. Okay, all that energy, all that dancing.
Yeah.
You'd work up an appetite. Let's talk food. Bahian cuisine.
Ah, yes. The flavors of Bahia, it's another fusion, just like the culture. African, indigenous, Portuguese influences all coming together.
What are the key ingredients you taste?
Two things really define it. Palm oil dende oil, which gives it that vibrant orange color and distinct flavor, and coconut milk. Lots of richness, lots of aroma.
Okay, my mouth is watering already. You have to mention acarajé.
Oh, absolutely. Acarajé is iconic street food. It's a fritter made from black-eyed peas, deep fried in dende oil until it's crispy.
And then they stuff it.